basketball, you've come to the wrong place. These teams love to run.
Oh, they love to run. I mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. We've got Kelly Oubre. Tyrese Maxey is out there with Paul George. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Yabusele in at the 4.
Well, what's impressive to me about Jason Tatum is how he attacks his weaknesses in the offseason. This guy is committed to greatness.
Now here's George for 3. Maxey. Back to George. Launches it. Buries it from 3.
Boy, nice job by Paul George to make himself available. Gets to his spot and gets it off quickly.
Outside, Brown. Down low. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
For 3, Maxey. And the 76ers another 3.
Ooh, the range of Maxey is pretty impressive. He is consistent from beyond the arc.
And he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big take?
Oh! Hammers it home!
So nice! Maxey is such a crafty finisher. Let him get to the rim, and he'll make the most of it.
The kick out to White. On the wing, Tatum. Back to White. Pass to Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Brown. And no good. His first shot of the night, missing. Philadelphia's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Here's Yabusele. Porzingis on the double team. Here's Embiid. And he buries his first look.
I love the confidence Embiid plays with, especially this close to the rim.
Holiday surveying the floor. Tatum with room to shoot. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Here's Yabusele. Takes the 3. And stolen by Holiday. And here we go. The Celtics on the run. Ooh, Tatum slams it home.
I love when Jason Tatum is aggressive to score the basketball. He does a tremendous job keeping his focus.
Drummond's checked in for the Sixers. You know, it's easy to focus on Jason Tatum scoring. But Doris, he's excellent in a number of areas.
Brian, he's a high-level rebounder. He now knows how to keep his teammates involved. He's competitive on the defensive end and willing to absorb a big-time assignment. He has got a complete game.
Without missing a beat, Embiid gets the shot up. And that's the work of an assertive offensive player.
Holiday against Maxey. Lets it go for 14. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
There's 1:54 left to play in the first. Oubre passes to Embiid. Embiid drawing the double team. Good work there as it goes. Embiid's got 7.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
The Sixers lead by 5. Wow, potent offense. It's been fun to watch.
Just aggressive and effective, taking it right to the defense.
Well, this is where Drummond does the vast majority of his work. He's got a lot of moves in the low post.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And some changes here for the Celtics. Horford comes in for White, and Pritchard is subbed in for Drew Holiday. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Celtics. They trail by 7. Kick out to Brown. They need this. And the jam by Brown.
Oh, my goodness. How know about that move by Jaylen Brown. That is spectacular.
Ooh, ripped away. Porzingis with it. Oubre picks him up. Inside. The kick to Tatum. Back to Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Easy money for Kristaps Porzingis. That's 7-3 we're talking about.
Embiid. Ooh, rejected by Horford. Drummond against Porzingis. Rebound by Philadelphia. We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. George drives in, and the jam by George.
Don't sleep on Paul George's verticality. How nice was that finish?
Pritchard, the pass to Porzingis. Here's Pritchard. Maxey covering. Back to Pritchard. Shot clock at 5. Down low. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
And both teams already firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
Here's Embiid. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Joel Embiid, he's feeling it tonight and has been... If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
Jaylen Brown is out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Luke Cornett. Then there's Al Horford. And it's Hauser in at the 3. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And Oubre gets it to go. Oubre's got his first 2 points.
Well, how about the length and athletic ability of Kelly Oubre Jr.? Go ahead in there.
Pass to Pritchard. He takes it in. Here's Cornett. Nifty move. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 4 rebounds now.
Celtics foul. Sam Hauser. First personal foul. First team foul.
And about a minute gone in the second quarter. To the middle. Yabusele. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
And I think obviously we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
And the basket is good. He got it to go, and he took the bump. So a free throw coming up, an opportunity at a 3-point play. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Drew Holiday comes in for Pritchard. Edwards, he's checked in for the Sixers. Grimes comes in for Paul George. Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Back to Tatum. Oh, and a great bucket from Tatum. Taking the hit.
Well, the increasing strength of Jason Tatum is making it harder to knock him off his path. That is nice.
And here's Lowry from the arc. Pass to Grimes. To the left side wing. Yabusele. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Embiid, he's checked in for Drummond. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Lowry, good.
Not a shoot-first point guard, but make no mistake, Lowry can shoot from range consistently when given the opportunity.
Tatum can't hit.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Embiid with it. Now Horford defending. And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Boston with some changes. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Cornette. And Derek White subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Here's George. That one falls, coming off a Drummond feed. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, I love the way Paul George fights for position on the interior.
Pass to Holiday. Horford outside. Offensive rebound. Three-pointer, Holiday. That shot is off. Some solid defense from Maxey. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, it sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling. Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you.
Third team foul.
There's a minute 59 left in the second period. George finds Drummond. And he converts the layup. And the 76ers lead by 14.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
Holiday against Maxey. Holiday passes to Porzingis. From deep range, KP hits it.
Well, this is where Porzingis thrives. He is shot ready on the catch.
Pass to Embiid. Now George. 19-footer. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. George has got 12 points.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Here's Maxey. Takes it inside. And Porzingis with the block.
Kristaps Porzingis has proven over the course of his young career that he is willing to be a force as a shot blocker.
Celtics trail by 11. Holiday passes to Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Porzingis with a screen on Maxey. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And the 76ers making a change here. Oubre's checked in. 34 seconds left in the first half.
When you allow Jason Tatum to build momentum offensively, it can be a scary night.
Embiid misses. Boston's gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Holiday. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Holiday's got his second basket of the game.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
It's George on the wing. Here's the pick. Out to Gordon. Back to George. Got it off in time. No good. Misses at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. The Sixers on top. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break. Ready for the second half.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. They're thinking about the shot.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Paul George has been sensational.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And the 76ers, looking at who they've got. They've got Andre Drummond, Paul George out there with Maxey. Then there's Kelly Oubre, and it's Yabusele in a power forward. And here's Oubre from the arc. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Celtics trail by 7. Now the Celtics on the move. Horford for 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Drummond's got 7 rebounds in the game. George passes to Maxey. Back to George. Lets it go from deep. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
It can't leave any room for Paul George outside. He will deliver from deep.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Brown, he's checked in for Boston. Gordon, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Gordon against Brown. Here's Horford. Again, the miss by Boston.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Yeah, just an outstanding find by Maxey. More than willing to give it up to open teammates.
Pritchard, the pass to Brown. Pass to Pritchard. Clock at 6. The 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Pritchard's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
I'm surprised he doesn't have more shot attempts. He's been accurate. You'd think he'd want to take control now with them behind.
Gordon finds Maxey. Outside Oubre. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
How about the vertical from Kelly Oubre Jr.? My goodness.
Brown passes to Horford. To the inside. Cornet. And he jams it home with authority.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Here's Oubre.
Oh, wow.
This guy's a super quick leaper. Oubre doesn't need much time to get off the floor.
Horford outside.
2 minutes.
Here's the 3. And the ball out of play. The Sixers will have it.
That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
And the Celtics making a change here. Tatum's checked in. For 3, Lowry. Boston with a rebound. Cornet passes to Brown. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. The Sixers lead by 12. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
The NBA is focused on the next generation. Commissioner Adam Silver said a lot of top draft picks are incredibly skilled, but that doesn't necessarily translate to being team basketball players. There's an opportunity for us to be more active participants in developing younger players and getting kids active.
One step ahead, Allie. Thanks. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Porzingis has checked in for Cornet. Hauser comes in for Craig. Derek White's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Holiday subbed in for Pritchard. They set the screen. Pass to Embiid. Uses the glass on the layup. Embiid's got 11 points.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
To the paint. Here's Tatum. Outside Holiday. Lowry with a steal. And now the Sixers on the break. George passes to Edwards. Back to George. There's the 3. And yes, it's good. He's 7 for 8 now.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Gordon finds Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
At 7 feet tall, Embiid looks to dunk often, especially when he's got good position.
And that one's good. Porzingis.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Lowry, the pass to Embiid. George outside. Tipped. White with the steal. The ball's knocked loose. Gordon with a steal. Three-pointer Embiid. And so it's Philadelphia out in front by 19 going into the break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Hauser in at small forward. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
And put it on a platter. Holiday serving it up for his teammate.
Lowry with it. Here's Grimes. Three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Outside Porzingis. They set the pick. Drives to the hoop. On the take, Porzingis.
Wow, Kristaps Porzingis puts the ball on the floor, gets right to the cup.
Grimes, the pass to Drummond. The kick out to Edwards. 4-3. That one falls. Coming off a Drummond feed. Edwards got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Tatum inside, guarded by Edwards. Here's Holiday. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That'll belong to Kyle Lowry.
A physical guard who plays with no fear. Holiday doesn't get to the line as often as you think.
And the 76ers going with a whole new group out there. Doris, even as he gets up there in age, Drew Holiday is still an elite defender.
And Brian, it's really remarkable how valuable a piece he is. They call him the Swiss Army knife because he is one of those rare individuals that can guard all 5 positions. He understands schemes. He's willing to mix things up. Drew Holiday is elite, period.
Porzingis sets a screen. Holiday passes to Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
In a pick-and-roll game, the length and athleticism of Kristaps Porzingis is going to be a big-time problem.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the 76ers.
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
6 on the shot clock. White finds Porzingis. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He almost blocked that shot in time, just a nanosecond late.
The Sixers lead by 15. Outside Maxey. George outside. On the take. Tatum pulls it in. The Celtics have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the 4th. It's Tatum working inside.
Now there's a mix of strength and agility that Jason Tatum is taking advantage of. Nice work in there.
Here's Yabusele outside Maxey.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Yabusele. The kick out to Maxey. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Maxey's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the 4th. Here's Embiid. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Assistant.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute. I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
George, no good. Celtics trail by 14. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by White. White's got 3 assists tonight.
That will help your assist numbers if you're Derek White. You can't miss that guy.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the 76ers.
Well, they were focused on being productive at the arc tonight.
And it ended up paying off big time. Just an overwhelming performance.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Joel Embiid.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
Molding himself into one of the most dominant centers in the league, Embiid has really come into his own.
Tatum. That one's good for 2. Here's Maxey. There's 48 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. It's George on the wing. Back to Maxey. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
And they knew it wasn't going to be easy to win on the road, but they've controlled the pace on this one.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Holiday from long range. Joel Embiid with the board. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And the call will be against Derek White. So that'll be a 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. The first free throw is good.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Paul George.
George hits them both. Here's Holiday. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. Allie, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight.
like pushing the break, Richard? Look no further than these two teams in front of us.
I'm expecting a fun one here tonight, Kevin. Definitely not for the faint of heart. These teams love to get out and run.
And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Isaac Okoro out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Hunter in at the 3, the small forward.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
You know this is coming with Brown. He is a ruthless sniper outside.
Now Mitchell. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla. Front of mine tonight, Jared Allen, the outstanding center. They were telling me how Allen does so much out there, particularly on defense. They said Jared is an incredible rim protector, and when he's on the floor, they'll avoid driving the paint. So Jared Allen looming large down low, guys.
All right, thank you, David.
You got to chase Mitchell out of the corner, or he will drain those all night.
And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Stolen by Okoro. Launches a 3. And it's rebounded by Drew Holiday. Boston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Mitchell kicks to Hunter. Takes a 3. Here's Okoro. Porzingis with the rebound. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Boston, no good that time either.
They say it's a make-or-miss league, and there's sometimes that you miss.
Mitchell wide open. Offensive rebound. Allen, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Look, the offensive glass is all about effort and energy, and Allen, look, he's got plenty of both.
Porzingis can't hit.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Shots good by Mitchell.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Boston trailing. Pass to Tatum. The 3. Mobley with the rebound.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
Hunter kicks to Mitchell.
Remaining in the first 2 minutes.
From downtown. And another 3 for Cleveland.
When you shoot hundreds of these shots in gyms by yourself, it will make you automatic just like Mitchell.
Here's Brown. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Break, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking it.
Oh, he's had that move saved up for a minute. You could tell with that smile on his face, Mitchell making the most of that opportunity.
Now here's Tatum. Still scoreless.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Here's White. Holiday sets the pick for White. And another miss by Boston.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Count the basket. Mitchell's got 16.
Man, they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Yeah, the D is looking helpless to stop them right now. They're doing whatever they want to do on offense.
Drains the three-pointer.
Oh, he's just ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Now, here's Mitchell. 16 points for him. On the line. Allen kicks to Hunter. There's the triple. Goes up with it again. And Allen with the nice bucket inside. Allen's got his second bucket of the game to go.
displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Mitchell outside. Fires from deep. That one doesn't drop. And Porzingis launches it from deep. No good on the last second attempt there. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
Richard, when you talk about Jaylen Brown, many Scots felt he'd never be a #1 level option offensively. But he's proven some people wrong.
Kevin, many scouts have been wrong many times. The question has been answered. He wasn't a great shooter when he first came into the league, and his ball handling also needed to improve. But now, both of those are strengths in his game.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Garland is out there with Max Strus, and it's Hunter in at the small forward. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, you just put a little chip on your shoulder. 29th pick overall in 2017 has come a long way. Kevin, those chips are still there.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player. Now Allen following Al Horford's three-point attempt. That misses off the backboard.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Here's Mobley. They grab their own miss. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Shooting while in rhythm. Good to see Mobley firing with no hesitation.
Pass to Hauser. Stolen by Garland. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Hunter, no one around him. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Hunter's got himself on the board with 3 there.
He just didn't like what he saw inside, so he takes the open transition 3. But if he missed, Coach might have had some words for him.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Here's Hauser. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Hauser's got his first points of the night. It's Garland with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Hunter for 3. Craig pulls it in. Celtics trail by 13. White drives in, and White with the stuff.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Hauser the pass to Horford. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley's got his 6th rebound on the night. The wide open shot from Strus. Buries the long-range jumper. Strus has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside, White. There's the 3. Hands it from downtown. Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance. And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Mobley with it, and it's Horford picking him up. Allen kicks to Strus. Mobley outside. A second chance effort. Here's Allen. And it's sent back by White. Here's Hauser. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Strus passes to Mobley. Over Craig. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard.
Personal foul.
That is his first foul of the game.
Cavaliers substitution. Number 9.
Outside Garland.
Craig Porter.
From outside the arc. And so it's Cleveland. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be right back after this.
35.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Then it's Holiday, and it's Hauser in at the 3 slot. That's the Boston 5. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Near the 3-point line, it's Mitchell. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Mitchell's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Cavs. Tatum kicks to Porzingis. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Cleveland's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Over the last few seasons, we've seen the resurgence of Porzingis. And Richard, it has been fun to watch.
Kevin, he's been effective on both sides of the ball. He's always been a good player, but his recent fit has really improved his play.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. And it's Mitchell missing. Celtics trail by 12. Here's Pritchard. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
Near the 3-point line, it's Mitchell. Pass to Merrill. Lets it fly. And Mitchell gets it to go.
Assist from
Mitchell's got 4 points this quarter.
Right now, this is what you want to see. Mitchell playing without hesitation and just taking quality shots.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Thompson for the triple. Rebound, Boston. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. The Celtics working the ball around now. Down low. Stolen by Mitchell. Now Cleveland moving it up. Lobbed up there for Thompson. And stolen by Tatum. And a fast break now for the Celtics. They get it back. Pass to Pritchard. From past the arc. The Celtics keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
And in the paint, Porzingis doesn't give the defense any opportunity there. He just stays aggressive and draws the foul.
Kristaps Porzingis.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
Here's a Okoro. The Cavaliers with another miss. Here's the Celtics with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Porzingis, and it's off the back rim, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Goes up on the wing, and Okoro with the basket on the assist by Mitchell.
The defense has been locked in on Mitchell, but he's done a good job making the right play.
Tatum wide open, he fires one. That three off the mark.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Mitchell passes to Wade. Merrill with the ball. Popped up there for Wade. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Okoro. Off target from outside. And pushing it up, here's Boston. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Off target with his 3. Cleveland's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Okoro. And again, it's Cleveland. 1:09 left in the third quarter. Here's Pritchard. 9 points in the game so far. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Oh, man, what a shot. That from another time zone.
Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Offensive rebound. And there's Thompson putting it right back in. And the Cavaliers lead by 9.
And this is what Thompson does best. His aggressiveness on the boards is what makes him a valuable player.
Here's Mitchell. The rebound by the Celtics. Tatum's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside, Porzingis hits it from 3-point range. Porzingis has got 7 points.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Outside Holiday. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. You can see some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Here's Mitchell. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Mitchell's got 6 points in the quarter. And so it's Cleveland with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They played the better game so far. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, a lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Garland is out there at Porter. And it's Hunter in at the 3. Here's Shireman. A 3-pointer off the mark. And so it's Mobley now who brings it up for the Cavaliers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. The kick out to Porter. Mobley is screen on one. Porter, no luck.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. Look, I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tries that bad boy again.
Pass to Garland. Second chance shot. Craig pulls it in. Celtics trail by 6. Launches a 3. Jared Allen grabs the miss. Allen's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Mobley wide open. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Boston's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Here's Craig. Boston again missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Garland kicks to Hunter. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
He is totally in the zone, showing his incredible focus when it comes to attacking the glass.
And finally, someone scores.
It's a slugfest. Maybe not the prettiest game we've seen, but sometimes the best wins are the ugly ones.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Celtics trail by 5. Brown kicks to Horford. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
On its way from Hunter for 2. Here's Allen. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And the Cavaliers lead by 7.
Nice job by Allen inside, getting the ball in a good spot and finding a way to execute.
He had a nice open look right there.
Wow, look at the damage this young man is doing from deep. And there's another one.
And the defense has to know that taking away his 3 is the #1 priority, and he's hurt them all game long with that shot. It makes no sense.
A 3. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Mobley's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Garland with the bucket.
Going inside and fighting for the bucket. That's what you want. You want a person that's going to fight for those inches.
And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Porter. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut to just 7 points in the basket from Tatum. Pass to Mobley. Back to Mitchell. All alone. Again, the Cavaliers score.
You can tell Mitchell loves finding shots. He never gets tired of working against the defense.
Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. 1:04 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's White. And there are the Celtics with another basket. Here's Mitchell. Rebounded by the Celtics. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Tatum. For 3. Rebounded by Allen. And here are the Cavaliers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. In the corner, it's Hunter. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Not sure the miracle, Craig, is on hand here tonight for them.
Well, they need one, but gonna play it until the final whistle.
We see the Cavaliers get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sent
teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
A look at the opening lineup for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mitchell on the wing with Strus. Jared Allen out there with DeAndre Hunter. And it's Okoro in at the point.
And that gets us rolling. Whew, what a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Okoro. From deep, Strus. Joel Embiid with the board. Out on his own on the break. Maxey against Allen. Back to Oubre. It's stolen by Hunter. Fast break, Cleveland. He can't hit that time. And George with some nice D. Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
Now here's Hunter. The rebound by Embiid. Mitchell against George. Takes a three. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
You've got to be alert to where George is out on that perimeter because that jumper of his has become dangerous.
Here's Mitchell. Oh, misses the dunk.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy two, the for sure two. No need to make it fancy and special.
Cleveland has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Maxey against Mitchell. Here's Yabusele. Back to Maxey. Pass to George. 5 to shoot. Maxey attacking. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Maxey's got 7 points in the game.
This is Maxey at his best, attacking the lane and finishing at the rack.
From deep, Mitchell. Rebound by Philadelphia.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Oubre passes to George. Can't connect from short range.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
The three from Mitchell. Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
And you know, guys, all it takes is inside positioning. As soon as you give Allen that, it's pretty much a wrap.
Embiid passes to George. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Maxey. Here's Yabusele. Second chance effort. Going inside. The kick out to Maxey. Fires from deep. Hits a three-pointer. He's got 10.
Really showing you how quick he can be with the basketball. Maxey letting it fly in a hurry.
And you watch Tyrese Maxey, Clark. He's so good at creating offense.
Yeah, he can get that thing rack to rack and downhill in a heartbeat, BA. In the break and in the pick and roll, he puts tons of pressure on the defense because he's so quick. And he knows how to use angles, too. And he can shoot it from deep, so he's got the full package.
Here's Yabusele. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Launches a three. And it's Maxey missing. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Cavaliers. Trailing by 8. And here's Strus outside. The rebound by Yabusele. Now Philadelphia with it. They've got a 13-2 run going. Here's George. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
That's his first.
Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Drummond's checked in. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Evan Mobley, he's checked in for Strus. And Mobley throws it down.
Yeah, showing off the floor awareness right there. I love whenever Mitchell looks to share the wealth.
Here's Maxey. Pass to George. Maxey with a screen on Mitchell. Back to Maxey. Here's George. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
Maxey passes to Embiid. There's the drive, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
From deep, Mitchell. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now. George finds Oubre. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. What a performance for Tyrese Maxey. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
Another area where they've excelled has been pushing it on the break. They're really getting after it.
On the court right now for Cleveland. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Then there's Mitchell, then it's DeAndre Hunter, and it's Porter in at the 1.
You know, Allen really moves well for a player of his size. He's always hustling. That set up the fast break finish there.
Clark, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after, what was it called? The process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. And their fans certainly deserve good times for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, Donovan Mitchell wears number 45 because that was Michael Jordan's number when he played baseball. Mitchell's father was a pro player, and Donovan said, "Baseball was my sport. I had my mind made up. I wanted to make the majors, but in high school, a broken wrist on the diamond caused his focus to shift." Brian, I'd say it worked out.
Yeah, I'd say so. Thanks, Allie.
You know, Drummond always looks like he's trying to tear the basket down when he dunks.
The basket counts, and 1. He'll go to the line, a chance at a 3-point play.
Honestly, I don't know how he pulled that off.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
Gordon, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Clark, one topic that gets its share of attention, illegal screens.
And with good reason, because guys are bigger, stronger, a lot of pick and roll action. So you've got to be more diligent in cracking down on those screens that are illegal. The game is extremely fluid. Guys are in constant motion. But I think it's a hard call to make consistently, but the officials have to keep working at it.
And Mitchell with the slam.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that. I mean, Mitchell finds airspace and fills it.
Here's a Kiki. Check by Mitchell. Drummond with the bucket. Drummond's got 6 points in the quarter.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Defensively, you know Mitchell wants to get to the rim. You play it that way, then he pulls the string on you.
Drummond passes to Oubre. Drummond to screen on Hunter. Back to Oubre. Gordon outside. Over Mitchell. Gordon can't hit.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. Jerome's checked in for Donovan Mitchell.
Substitution on the court.
Cavaliers trail by 8. Here's Jerome. Mobley outside. Here's Allen. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup. Allen's got 8 points.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
Here's Yabusele. No points yet. Back to Embiid. Maxey surveys. Just 4 to shoot. Screen by Gordon. The 3. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Allen's got 4 rebounds now. Hunter passes to Jerome. Now here's Mobley. Lets the three fly. The rebound by Yabusele.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Philadelphia shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
Here's Yabusele. Back to Maxey. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. He's got 13.
Tyrese Maxey, a really talented and explosive scorer. He can fill it up in a hurry.
Pass to Allen. Mobley outside. Gordon against Porter. Fires for three. Joel Embiid with the board. Embiid's got 5 rebounds in the game. Gordon on the take. And Gordon with the big finish.
And Gordon has the burst of speed you like to see in a guard. Excellent at knifing through the defense to the cup.
Allen left side. Hey, from beyond the arc. He buries it from 3. Philadelphia leading by 8. Here's Maxey. Pass to Embiid. It's stolen away. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. No coverage that time. Porter's got 6. Philadelphia's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Embiid against Allen. Screen by Embiid. To the left wing. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. On the wing, Porter. Deflected. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Sixers ahead. They're up by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
We've got Kelly Oubre. Edwards out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Kyle Lowry, and it's George in at the 2. That's the group for Nick Nurse getting going here in the second half.
And you can tell they're in sync right now, expertly turning the steal into fast break points.
And Edwards slams it in.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers, among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity. George playing strong down low. Love to see him finish with authority.
Garland for 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. They held a 12-point lead earlier. To the inside. And Edwards slams it in.
Lowry's a do-it-all point guard for sure. Passing, scoring, defense. He checks all the boxes.
Here's Okoro. George with the block. On the break. And there's the foul. It's going to belong to Darius Garland. That's his first foul of the game. Counsel, he's checked in for Edwards. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Jerome's checked in. Now here's George. 9 points in the game. From outside the arc. And that comes off the assist by Lowry. George has got 12 points.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Here's George. And that'll be Philadelphia's ball as it goes out of bounds. Sixers able to keep the possession. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Fires in the triple.
Seems effortless for George, that quick release of his.
From deep, Strus nails it from beyond the arc. Strus has got his first 3 points of the game.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Embiid comes in for Drummond. And it's Gordon in for Paul George. Gordon can't hit. Cavaliers trail by 12. Okoro outside. Pass to Thompson. Back to Okoro. Here's Jerome. Embiid covers. Jerome passes to Okoro. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Jerome. Lets it go. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got 6 rebounds now in the game. What a 22-23 season it was for Joel Embiid. Named MVP with the Sixers, Clark.
Yeah, and that was Philly's first MVP since the answer. Allen Iverson back in 2001. Embiid led the league in scoring at over 33 a game on 55% shooting from the floor. Remarkable. Nobody could stop him. He was virtually unguardable.
Here's Council. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, there are some players who felt the 65-game requirement for postseason awards was too high. The NBA's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, said, quote, "You're still allowed to miss 20% of the season. People pay to go, and they want to see their stars play." Brian, it's all about the fans.
True enough, Allie. Thanks. And so it's Cleveland with it. The Sixers getting their last shot to go.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Here's Jerome. He's scoreless to halt the run. 2 points. That one goes.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball.
And they barely get to retain possession. Many times, that's a turnover.
Edwards, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Tyrese Maxey comes in for Lowry. Pass to Gordon. 36 seconds left in the third. And there it is for him. Gordon's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Love seeing Gordon work in the pick and roll. Great at pulling up to shoot once the screen comes his way.
The Sixers lead by 19. Maxey with it. Strus covering. Back to Maxey. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Outside Maxey. Drives to the hoop. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to be on Isaac Okoro. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you've got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
And so it's Philadelphia. They're feeling great. A 20. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Cavaliers trail by 21. On the court right now for Cleveland. Mitchell on the wing with Strus. Jared Allen out there with DeAndre Hunter. And it's Porter in at the 1. Here's Gordon. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
Great pass by Maxey there. This guy really clever at finding ways to get his teammates involved.
A nice shot by Mitchell.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Well, the defenders stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the 76ers.
Well, they've continued to play pedal to the metal, leaking out and capitalizing with ease when they get opportunities in the open court.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them. You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
Yabusele. Here's Embiid. No good again that time. The Cavaliers trail by 16. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. And George with some nice D. The 76ers have gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. Here's Oubre. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow, man.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
And they've won the battle on the board so far, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Well, the effort level they've had has been outstanding. Hard to keep a team down when they play with that much energy.
Now, you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Cleveland again missing.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
That one goes in. George has got 10 points here in the second half.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Back to Mitchell. Outside Hunter. 6 to shoot. Outside Mitchell. From downtown. Yep, that one goes.
Intelligent decision by Mitchell, using the pick and roll to break up the defense and get open.
Here's Maxey. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Hanging on the rim, just showing off.
That's how you extend the glory right there.
It's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up for it.
An excellent job of taking what the defense is given.
The Sixers lead by 20. Driving in.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Embiid inside. Hunter covering. Embiid misses. Cleveland has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the fourth. From deep, Mitchell. It's hauled in by Oubre. The 76ers have gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Here's Mitchell. Banked it in off the glass.
Mitchell.
Mitchell's got 7 points for the quarter.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack. And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the 76ers.
Tonight, they got everybody in on the scoring. Had nice passing, which led to good looks.
Just solid play by these guys.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Tyrese Maxey.
He ran things with precision. Great command of the offense, putting his teammates in all the right spots. Their focus has been terrific. They really put on a clinic here today.
And, you know, everybody in the building knows this is a wrap, a done deal. Put this one in the W column.
Allen with a screen on George. And Mitchell launches it from deep. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way. This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Mitchell.
Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
If things are definitely working offensively, a balanced attack is just so much harder to defend. Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
23 seconds left in the final quarter. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Now here's Maxey. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily, showing that they're the far superior team.
A clash at the center position.
Yeah, and Kevin, the way the game has changed, we don't see these kind of big men matchups much anymore. And so it's great to see one where two great big guys going at it, and they're going to go after each other.
And Stan, you know what you're talking about. You've had the opportunity to coach some great big men.
Oh, I have. I had Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, Andre Drummond. I seem to always have good centers.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. And it's Holiday in at the point.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And there is White, and that's good on the assist by Holiday.
Man, Holiday puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Often it's with his scoring, but right there, making a play for someone else.
Here's Yabusele. Clock at 6. Pass to Embiid. And it's rebounded by Drew Holiday. The Celtics on offense. And one of the most respected players in the NBA is Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a 3-time Teammate of the Year award winner. He's also a Sportsmanship Award winner. He is a pro's pro.
And scanning the floor well. Porzingis all about finding open teammates when they've got a look.
Maxey kicks to Embiid. Back to Maxey. Fires the 3. Rebound Boston.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without a foul.
A knockdown shooter, really from anywhere on the floor. Porzingis knows he has the green light to fire from there.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. Now White. Back to Porzingis. Out to White. From the arc. Misses that one. His first miss of the night. 2 for 3. Embiid with it. He's picked up by White. Another miss by Philadelphia. Celtics leading by 5. Pass to Holiday. And stolen by Maxey. Inside, Embiid. Shot to stop the run, and Embiid throws it down.
And seeing a guy as big as Embiid being so fluid in terms of his movement, jaw dropping.
Here's Holiday, and Holiday throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Porzingis kicks to Brown. Tipped away. Tatum passes to Porzingis. Tatum drives in. And the dunk by Tatum.
And you get the sense Tatum is used to getting hit when he's penetrating inside. It almost seems as if he embraces those challenges.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And Philadelphia making a change here. Drummond's checked in. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. There's 1:40 left in the first quarter. All right, now let's find out what head coach Nick Nurse had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Now, we talked about Drew Holiday and how he plans to stop him from being a factor out there. Coach said it won't be easy. He told me Holiday is a gifted two-way guy, but I think we can trip him up by staying on him on all times, by staying aggressive. So that direct approach is what they hope throws Holiday off his game. Guys?
Thanks, David. The 76ers trail by 4. Oubre finds George. Here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Oh, Nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player.
Brown the pass to White. Shot's good. Brown making the play. White's got 6.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Drummond. Pass to Embiid. 6 to shoot. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Here's George. Still yet to score. Hits it from three-point range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Holiday dishes to White. Back to Holiday. To the paint. White the pass to Holiday. Celtics passing it around. Just 4 to shoot. And now here's Oubre. Fast break chance. Embiid from outside. And that one is off. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Boston on top. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
On the floor for Boston, the small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Porzingis. Paul George making his last shot. Porzingis finds Holiday. Back to Porzingis. Rebound Andre Drummond. The 76ers trail. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
Now here is Holiday. The kick out to Brown. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's going to have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, I guess the simple layup wasn't enough. He had to add some flair to it.
Here's Yabusele. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for space.
Brown kicks to Tatum. Inside, Tatum automatic.
Excellent job finishing on the inside. Tatum doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
Outside, Maxey. Back to Oubre. Oh, good on the 3.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Here's Brown. And the layup falls.
Jaylen Brown.
Now it's a 3-point Boston lead.
That's just Jaylen Brown putting in the work in close.
Yabusele passes to Maxey. Here's Yabusele. And the 3 ball is good. Yabusele's got the game tied up here for the 76ers.
Well, that's a terrific kick-out pass. When the defense collapses like that on the inside, you've got open people outside.
Now here is Holiday. The wide open look here for Porzingis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
3 points.
Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one. Maxey with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. And Drummond kicks to Yabusele. They grab their own miss. Maxey in the corner. Pass to Drummond. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Celtics leading by 3. Poked away. And now the 76ers on the break. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And the 76ers making a change here. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And it's the 76ers with the ball. They trail by 1. Good on the shot. Embiid's got 9.
And check out Embiid's athleticism. Just because he's big doesn't mean he can't move.
Here's Holiday, and it's sent back by George. Oubre, no one around him. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. And now a 4-point 76ers lead. And they get it. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard, defended by George. Horford from outside. Oubre pulls it in. The 76ers leading by 4. Embiid kicks the lob. Stolen by Holiday. Here's Pritchard. No good on his first attempt of the game.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach half. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
They've got Lowry. Also, George out there. Joel Embiid out there with Gordon. And it's Council in at the 4-man position. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Horford finds Brown.
76ers foul. Council. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Hauser the pass to Horford. To the middle. Up and in on the layup.
Sam Hauser.
Hauser's got the first basket of the second half here for Boston.
And the unselfishness there by Horford. You know, he sees a better opportunity and finds his teammate.
And it's good for 2. Embiid's got the lead up to 4 now for the 76ers. Brown against George. Out to the right wing. Craig, good.
I like the unselfish approach from Brown there. Willing to give it up to his open teammates.
Pass to Embiid. Out left to the wing. Embiid throws it down.
And even if you risk a foul, the D has to play him tougher when he gets it that deep.
Yeah, once he gets the ball in that spot, help has to be very quick to rotate over.
Brown, no good. Philadelphia leading by 4. Embiid with it. Picked up by Brown. The 3 from George. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. George has got 8 points.
Calm and cool from distance. George really confident from beyond.
Here's Brown. Pass to Craig. Lets it go from deep. A shot by Pritchard, no good. Philadelphia's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot, and the shot is good.
You gotta love the fearless attitude of Lowry. Nice job getting inside and executing.
Here's Brown and Embiid with the block. Pass to George. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Here's Craig after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Boston, no good that time either. Lowry has the open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Pritchard. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, the last few years we saw teams giving up bounties worth of draft picks and trades for star players, but with teams now possessing more roster spots to develop prospects and about 3/4 of the tradable picks hoarded by just a third of the NBA's teams, we may not see so many picks given up moving forward. Kevin?
You're exactly right, David. Something certainly to keep an eye on. Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Well, no question, Joel Embiid is page 1 on the scouting report. Maybe page 2 and 3 as well. He is a handful.
Now, here's Horford. Nothing on the board. There's Brown with the three. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 7 rebounds in the game. From deep, George, another three for Philadelphia.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And folks, this is Horford in his zone. It wasn't going to let that opportunity slip away.
Lowry kicks to George. Misses the three.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the team.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Porzingis, he's checked in for Horford. Jason Tatum comes in for Torrey Craig. White, he's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And it's Holiday in for Pritchard. Here's Tatum. Emphatic finish by Tatum.
And the defense hates to see it. Tatum putting on a little bit of a show with that jam.
Drummond passes to Maxey. Rebound, Boston.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough working the mid-range area.
A big-time effort for Joel Embiid, providing a lot of energy for the Philadelphia. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Hauser in at the 3 spot.
And bringing the aggression and the energy. 2 things you like to see from Porzingis.
Here's Drummond. Sweet move. And the layup is good. And the 76ers lead by 12.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Philadelphia leading by 9. It's Drummond with the drive. Oubre finds Maxey. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Gordon. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. And it's sent back by White. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Celtics trail by 9. For the 3. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And that's simply Tatum making the hustle play, wanting it more than the opposition.
And Derek White picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the 76ers. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Drummond. And it's Paul George in for Eric Gordon. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse told his team. He told his players, I love the energy right now. You look like you're having fun out there. Keep playing for each other because our chemistry looks great right now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Looming large on the interior. Embiid, hard to deny.
Ah, here comes Tatum. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 10 points for Jason Tatum.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
And the dunk by Embiid.
Yeah, spotting the open teammate there. Nice work by Maxey.
And White kicks to Tatum. Here's Holiday. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, look, you have to be able to count on energy and effort every night, and they're showing a lot of it with this transition violence.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
Porzingis passes to Brown. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Out to the wing. Here's Porzingis. The kick out to Tatum. Shoots the 3. Tatum from 3.
This is why Tatum is a volume three-point shooter, because he knows how accurate he can be.
Maxey passes to Yabusele. They set the screen. Oubre, good.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Maxey passes to George. And George with the stuff.
And we know George can score from all 3 levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
Porzingis can't hit. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Oubre gets to Yabusele. Here's Maxey. And he lays it straight in. And the 76ers lead by 13.
And Maxey plays with so much energy. That time he wheels that one in off the contact.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Joel Embiid. That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
And he can't get the first one.
Shooting for Boston, Kristaps Porzingis.
He's off on the second.
And at 7-3, Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the 76ers.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooting.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Joel Embiid.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
Maxey kicks to Oubre. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the dunk by Tatum.
The assist goes to Derek White.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Here's Oubre. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. All right, David, thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.
should see a lot of transition tonight.
We should, and it always makes for exciting basketball. But more importantly, BA, these are teams that create easy buckets. Everything in basketball cannot be a grind. That's why these two teams are fun to watch.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. The perimeter pair, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the 1. White for 3, and the rebound goes to Cleveland. The 3 from Okoro. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 in this game.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Picked his pocket. And pushing it up. Here's Cleveland. And here's Hunter for 3. Knocks it down from distance.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
And that's the story of the league right now. Most any team can beat any other team on any given night.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at them.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And Okoro gets it to go.
You love how hard Okoro works for his team and makes himself right there a good option in the catch-and-shoot game.
And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But, Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, BA, it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
Pass to Porzingis from deep. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday.
When Porzingis is knocking down that three-point shot consistently, it opens up other aspects of his game.
Mitchell, the pass to Hunter. Mobley on a screen. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. And they get it back. The 3 from Mitchell. Knocks down the triple.
You love how confident Donovan Mitchell is. On the catch-and-shoot opportunities, there's no hesitation.
Tatum from long range. The rebound by Allen. Allen's got 4 rebounds in the game. Shot from the wing. Porzingis grabs the board.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Stolen by Mobley. The 3 from Okoro. Porzingis grabs the board. Celtics trail by 3. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. We talked about some of the challenges that they'll face tonight, not the least of which is defending Jason Tatum. He said the guy plays with so much confidence. He's a great scorer from all 3 levels. He can go for 40, 50, 60 in a night. We just have to try and make someone else beat us.
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
Tried to come right back at him with the 3. Not that time.
Here's Mitchell. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts.
How smoothly does Donovan Mitchell get into that jump shot? Boy, it is so pure.
And Doris, Cleveland looking to balance their roster, trying to make sure the pieces fit.
And that's been the concern, right, BA? Because there's been some positional overlap, particularly in the front court. And this is where roster construction truly matters in the league.
Now here's Mobley. Yet to see a basket. A minute 22 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Brown. Now Holiday, covered by Mobley. Out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland ball.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
The Cavaliers lead by 5. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Mobley, a screen on Holiday. Mitchell misses. Boston's gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. For 3, Porzingis. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Here's Okoro. He's got 6. Back to Mobley. 3-pointer. Porzingis grabs the board. Celtics trail by 5. Here's White. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
Putting his court vision on full display. Holiday plays the role of floor general pretty effectively.
Allen, the pass to Hunter. From the arc. Drains the triple. Hunter's got 6.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
White for 3, and so far in this one, 2 for 4.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White, rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Pass to Mobley. Allen in the high post. Outside Mitchell. The 3 is up. The shot comes out. Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. The Cavaliers on. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Cavaliers.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
On the court right now for the Celtics, we've got Drew Holiday. Jaylen Brown is out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Al Horford, and it's Hauser in at the 2. Now here's Porter. The 3 from Okoro. That one doesn't go. He's just 2 for 5. Here's Hauser. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And here's Hunter for 3. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter. He's got 9.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Oh, you look at Evan Mobley, Doris. So agile for his size.
This is a young man, Brian, with so much upside. Defensively, he can guard on the perimeter, slides his feet, keeps his balance, contests without fouling, and he's growing every repetition on the offensive end. I can't wait to see his future.
Now here's Porter. He's scoreless, and it's good. Off the back rim and in.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Celtics trail by 6. Pass to Horford. Shoots. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
From deep, Mobley sends it home from three-point land. Mobley's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And here's Brown for 3. Bullseye! Jaylen Brown!
Jaylen Brown with the immediate answer from three-point territory. Yes, sir.
Here's Porter. Boston pulls it in. Holiday with the ball. And it's Hunter picking him up. Here's Brown. Cavaliers with the rebound. Mobley's got 6 rebounds now in the game. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Evan Mobley was the 3rd overall pick in 2021. And his teammate Donovan Mitchell said about him, "It's crazy, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I don't think he really understands how good he can be. He can take us to a completely different level. I personally believe that he can be a top 5 player in this league." Brian, high praise for his teammate.
Indeed it is. Good stuff, Allie.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Oh, got that one up quick. Brown's got 7 points for the quarter.
And put it on a platter. Holiday serving it up for his teammate.
Let's go with a 3. Second shot opportunity. And out of bounds. Boston will have it. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Brown. Great D that time from Allen.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Pass to Mobley. The 3 from Okoro. Here's Allen. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Nice job drawing the contact on that move. Jared Allen, very difficult to contain because of his length.
And Doris, you think about the advantage for Jared Allen with that 7'6" wingspan.
B.A., this guy is a massive presence in the paint. He's got length, he's got intellect, and he's got incredible anticipation and timing. The other thing is he can absolutely step out on the perimeter and keep a ball handler in front. He is a special defender.
Now here's Brown. He's got 10. Drills it from deep.
Jaylen Brown, very capable of taking stretches of games over. Right now, he's got the entire offensive arsenal working.
Here's Mobley. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. The Celtics have gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. Here's Pritchard. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Pritchard's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. Mobley, he's open. And he drains the quick shot. And the Cavaliers lead by 1. 1 minute left in the first half. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Hauser. And there's the screen. The 3-ball. Hunter with the rebound. Cleveland shooting only 33%. Not exactly consistent offense. 2 open that time. They didn't look easy. And now it's a 4-point Cavalier lead.
Just great awareness from Evan Mobley. Get out in transition, get in front of everybody.
Pritchard, the pass to Brown. Back to Pritchard. Pass to Brown. JB off the bounce. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Allen's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Okoro. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Okoro's got 8 points.
Wow, he really fires up his team with his ability to extend possessions.
And here's Brown for 3. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Cleveland with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. And they push the tempo in this one, getting out in transition and making the defense pay. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Wow, it's been quite a game for Jaylen Brown.
I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And we've seen the league ramp up the series model where teams play each other in the same arena twice in a row. What do you think, Doris?
DA, I absolutely love this. And more importantly, the coaches seem to engage highly in it because they feel to a certain degree it brings you a level of almost playoff-like repetition.
Mitchell on the wing with Strus. Thompson out there with Dean Wade. And it's Garland in at the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavs. Tatum, shot is good.
Jason Tatum's jumper is just so pure. This guy is on point with the midi right now.
And here's Garland. Pass to Wade. This one for 3. Here's Thompson. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points.
What a way to get your first points of the half. Strong play on the offensive boards.
Here's Pritchard. And the 3-pointer goes. He's got 6.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy who doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from 3-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
They get it again. Wade. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That one on Tatum.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Green's checked in for Thompson. And he can't hit the second. The 3 is up. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, this is an example of the court awareness we talk about with Al Horford. This guy's a very willing passer.
Garland for 3. Knocks down the long J. Garland's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Celtics trail by 4. Spins. Pass to Horford. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Outside Craig. 5 on the clock. Screen by Horford. Tries again. Here's Pritchard. Here's Hauser. Hits the trifecta. Hauser's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Outside Mitchell. Fires the 3. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now for the lead. And again, Boston with the triple.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Here's Mitchell. A strong move by Mitchell inside.
There's a level of tenacity by Donovan Mitchell on the interior there. Wow, what a finish.
It's scooped up. The kick to Tatum. Pass to Hauser. Back to Tatum. And a nice finish on the layup. Tatum's got 7.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Garland scanning the floor. And here's Strus outside. Fires in the triple. And the Cavaliers lead by 1.
Here is a guy who is not shy about sharing the basketball. If you are open, Darius Garland will find you.
And they go to the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Okoro is checked in for the Cavaliers. 1:25 left in the third. Again, the miss by Boston.
And it didn't fall, but still a great look.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Boston has gone 4 of 7 from 3. A good percentage in the third quarter. Snatched up. Another shot. From behind the arc. Buries it from 3. Pritchard's got 9 points now in the quarter. Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity. It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Hauser, that's good.
He took what the defense was giving him that time. There was nobody on him on the three-point shot. Boy, don't give him the lights out.
And there's the lob. Horford with a steal. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. Here's Shireman. Cavaliers with a rebound. 27 seconds left in the third quarter. Strus finds Green. Goes back up. And a play by Strus as he finishes it off for 2. 5 points in the game.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Here's Pritchard, guarded by Garland. Takes the 3. Pritchard, no good. Puts up a deep 3. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court right now for the Celtics, Torrey Craig out there with Al Horford. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Hauser in at the 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. And Mitchell launches it from deep. The offensive rebound. Basket's good.
I tell you, give me a little grittiness from Evan Mobley. Not afraid of throwing his weight around right there.
Here's Holiday. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
From deep, Mobley nails it from 3. It's all knotted up.
Boy, everyone seems to want a three-point shot now. Clearly something Evan Mobley is working towards.
Tatum way outside. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Outside Mitchell. Pass to Okoro. Releases. And it's Mitchell, the miss. The Celtics have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Outside White. From deep. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
I think you can count on Derek White to take smart shots. Does so right there.
From deep, Mobley. Allen, the pass to Okoro. Outside Mitchell. And counted from 19 feet away.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Okoro outside. Mobley on a screen to take the lead. Second chance shot. Okoro outside. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Now here's Tatum. Now the Celtics on the move. Three-pointer Holiday. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. And now it's a 7-point Boston lead. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Boston?
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And another theme in this game, to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
Now here's Mitchell. And Mobley throws it down.
I'll tell you, important moment for Evan Mobley. Meeting the moment with a big shot. That's big time.
Here's Tatum. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6.
From the moment Jason Tatum stepped into this league, he has been a guy who has wanted the burden offensively, and he has delivered. Well, it's about the little details. Capitalize at the free throw line, add to your lead.
Now here's Mitchell. Here's Mobley. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Mobley's got 9 points now in the second half.
Boy, we know Evan Mobley is elite on the defensive end. Right now, he's got it cooking offensively.
Pure from three-point range. And the Celtics lead by 8.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
Holiday against Mitchell. Some room here for Holiday. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron.
What agility. I love how he gets the defender off balance, breaks his ankles, and drills the shot.
Yeah, and it's one thing to score on a guy, it's another to flat out torture.
41 seconds left in the fourth. He shoots. Again, Boston.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Here's Mobley. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Mobley.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Tatum. Misses with a tough leaning jump shot. And here comes Cleveland. Puts up a three. That one is off. And here's Brown for three. And no good. So we see Boston get the win here. All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaFleur.
These two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Abusele out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then it's George, and it's Oubre in at the 3. Now here is George. A 3-ball from beyond the arc, and then some. George has got the first points up on the board for the 76ers. Now Mitchell. Fires for 3. Allen. And it's Allen with the jam.
When you're Allen, just about 7 feet, dunking comes easy.
Maxey gets to Yabusele. Maxey against Mitchell. Maxey passes to Oubre. Over Hunter. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
The drive by Mobley. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Adept at fending off aggressive coverage. Mobley already looking like a vet out there.
And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
Mitchell passes to Okoro. Kicks it out to Allen. That 3 off the mark. Quick start here for the 76ers in this one. It's a 3-point game. And here's George for 3. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Here's Okoro. And Okoro throws it down.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw this game.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
The offensive rebound. And here's George for 3. The shot, no good. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Mobley outside. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Paul George. Philadelphia's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Embiid kicks to George. Back to Embiid. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Lays it up and banks it in.
Look, inside, Embiid just has all the tools for success. The height, the power, and more importantly, the tenacity.
Now, here's Okoro. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Embiid in the corner. Outside, George. And it's George again missing.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up the 3-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Now, here's Mitchell. Okoro, and it's all evened up. Okoro's got 5.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Oubre outside. It's George on the wing, covered by Mitchell. And Paul George, good for the 3. George has got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the 76ers. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. The rebound by Yabusele.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. In the corner, Okoro with it. Pass to Mobley. 52 seconds left to play here in the first. Lays it up off the glass.
The nice touch from the interior. Mobley looks very comfortable shooting from there.
Maxey passes to George. Launches from deep. The long distance three is buried. 12 points for him.
Proving once again, he is one of the best shooters in the league.
Mitchell dishes to Okoro. Back to Mitchell. And the rejection by Embiid.
Yeah, defensively, Embiid can take over a game with his reach. Big block from him there.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Andre Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid. And it's Edwards in for Yabusele. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
And those might be the easiest points of the month for him.
The shot by Mitchell, no good. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
76ers substitution. Eric Gordon, Kyle Lowry.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the first. Mitchell wide open. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Mitchell's got 5. And another turnover here by Philadelphia.
What is going on right now?
Cavaliers. Number 9, Greg Porter.
Here's Okoro. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Paul George, he's been the guy. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the 76ers?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just plain unselfish.
A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Then there's Hunter. Then it's Porter. And it's Jerome in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Mobley the pass to Hunter. This one for 3. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Drummond finds Lowry. Back to Drummond. Out to Edwards. Pass to Drummond. Outside Gordon. 6 to shoot. Launches it. Rebounded by Allen.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Oubre dishes to Drummond. Outside Edwards. Back to Drummond. Oubre against Porter. Oubre passes to Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Oubre. Buries the long-range jumper. Oubre's got 5. Richard, how do you think the game has changed since you retired?
While the jump shooting teams have had more success, I think the game has changed, and it allows for more Europeans. It allows for it to be more of a global game. The less physical, the more inclusive.
Here's Lowry after the made shot from Evan Mobley. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Crafty with the ball. Lowry calls for the pick and roll to open something up for his team.
Porter kicks to Allen. 3-pointers off the mark. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for Philadelphia. And the basket by Gordon.
Oh, great feed by Lowry. He'd rather pick up an assist than score a bucket.
Here's Porter. Drives to the hoop. That one good for 2. The 76ers leading by 3. Outside Lowry. And they recover it.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. George comes in for Kelly Oubre. And Maxey subbed in for Kyle Lowry. George. But Trey knocks down the 3 ball. George has got the lead up to 8 now for the 76ers.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Now, here's Maxey. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. George passes to Edwards. Outside, George takes a 3. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 6 in the field here in the second.
Solid in transition. His eyes light up when he gets a chance to finish one of those off.
Maxey kicks to Gordon. George looking over the floor. Pass to Embiid. Back to George. Kicks it out to Maxey. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He's still got a good outcome.
Yabusele, he's checked in for Edwards. Hunter against George. The 76ers with another miss. The Cavaliers trail by 6. And there's Hunter on the assist by Mobley. Hunter's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Here's Yabusele. He has yet to score. Maxey sets a screen for George. That doesn't go either for George.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Drills it from outside. Porter's got 5 points so far.
Cavaliers foul. Porter, his second. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Cavaliers.
Maxey against Garland. Outside for George. Off target from 3-point range. 1 second left. The shot, no good. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. 76ers lead by 3. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, George is playing his skills today.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Andre Drummond is out there with Yabusele. Then there's Gordon. Then it's George. And it's Lowry in at the point guard position.
When you shoot hundreds of these shots in gyms by yourself, it will make you automatic just like Mitchell.
Now here's Gordon. Here's George. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Here's Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got 3 assists in the game.
Get ready to bang inside when you're playing Thompson.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from George. Pass to Wade. Buries it down low.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
And try and name a 6-footer who likes to operate inside more than Lowry. He is a beast.
Okoro. The shot, no good. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. inside for George. Here's the three. Drains the three-pointer. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
And what a smooth three-point shot. George has worked hard to develop that stroke.
Wade up top. Wade sets the pick for Strus. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. So, Richard, when you look at Max Strus, what does he provide for this team?
Well, one, he's battle-tested, Kevin. He's a fearless shooter, and he's a guy that can get on a roll and hit clutch shots.
George with no one around. Another three for Philadelphia.
And we know George can score from all three levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
Good drive by Mitchell.
He's had that move saved up for a minute. You can tell with that smile on his face, Mitchell making the most of that opportunity.
Pass to Council. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Yes, and the foul.
Defensive foul.
It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Porter's checked in for Donovan Mitchell.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
Now here's Porter. 5 points in the game. Down low, here's Thompson. Out to Wade. Wade sets the pick for Porter. Pass to Thompson. Pocket 6. Another shot. Good D by Embiid. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 13-4 run right now. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Porter finds Wade. To the inside. And Wade slams it in.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
And here is a Okoro. Following the three-pointer by Tyrese Maxey. Philadelphia leading by 6. Oubre on the wing. Wade is covered. Outside, Maxey. And here's George for 3. Thompson with the rebound. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. There's Porter with the 3. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And this is what Thompson does best. His aggressiveness on the boards is what makes him a valuable player.
And here's George for 3. Porter pulls it in.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Here's Okoro. Drops in the layup for 2. And now just a 2-point Philadelphia lead.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Connects from 3-point range. George has got 31 points.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Now here's Porter. He's got 5. Wade outside. It's Strus on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a 6th sense.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Okoro out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Hunter in at the 3. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers.
Now, look, Mitchell has that rare combination of lightning and thunder. Like, he will blow by you quick, fast, and he will finish over your big.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
76ers ball. Coming onto the floor for the 76ers. Andre Drummond.
The 76ers leading by 5.
Kyle Lowry.
Gordon finds Lowry. Cavaliers with the rebound. Mitchell outside. A three-pointer is right on target. Mitchell's got 12 points here in the second half.
Right now, this is what you want to see. Mitchell playing without hesitation and just taking quality shots.
Lowry passes to Oubre. And the shot goes in. And the 76ers lead by 4.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Mitchell kicks to Okoro. Over to the wing. Here's Mobley. Oubre with the steal. Drummond with it. He's picked up by Mobley. Here's Yabusele. No good from outside. The Cavaliers shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Mobley, a screen on Drummond. Here's Mitchell. Takes it off the glass. Mitchell's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Mitchell is so efficient and crafty inside that paint. Sometimes you forget he's only 6'2".
Lowry kicks to Yabusele. There's the drive. Kicks it out to Gordon. Pass to Lowry. Back to Gordon. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And some changes here for the 76ers. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Drummond. George comes in for Gordon. And Maxey subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, during the last timeout, I listened to Nick Nurse talk to his team. Now he reminded his team, keep looking for the deep ball. If the three is there, take it. You've done a good job getting those looks, so keep taking them. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. Hunter against Oubre. Back to Mitchell. Over George. George with the defensive effort. Philadelphia leading by 5. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, and he converts the layup. George has got 36. Here's Mitchell. Lets it go with a 3. Here's Mobley driving inside. He draws iron on the dunk. And a deep 3 from George. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Here's Mitchell. Oh, Mitchell puts it up and in.
The floater's an important shot for Mitchell, and he's got it down. He can alter his release any way he needs to.
To the left wing. And here's George for 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Philadelphia's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Stolen by Mitchell. Nobody near Allen. Hands it from downtown. Stolen by Okoro. Leaner from distance. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Didn't really need to put himself off balance like that, but hey, he'll take it.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the 76ers.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And they've also been steady from the three-point line and doing a good job creating room for their shooters and then converting.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
For 3, Mitchell. Oubre pulls it in.
and not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
They're relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
And another miss by Cleveland. Outside, George. Jared Allen grabs the miss. A nice shot by Mobley. So the 76ers win it. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense...
Much appreciated, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks.